Good afternoon, Prime Minister. My name's Alyssa Tomkins. I'm counsel for the City of Ottawa. I just wanted to take you to a couple of statements on your witness summary to start. So if we could bring that up, it's WTS 566084, please, Mr. Clerk. And we'll be going to page 4. And just if we can scroll down to where we're talking about challenges in Ottawa. So the first point you make is that the lesson learned was not to let the trucks park because that makes it more difficult to remove them. And you noted the decision makers in Toronto and Quebec City heeded this lesson. Prime Minister, are you aware that since that time, the City of Ottawa, in preparation for 2 events, has indeed closed roads? So the city's learned that lesson as well. You'll agree?
Excellent.
Okay. The second, about the resources, you state that there appeared to be a breakdown of communication between OPS and the city. And you state it was unclear, for instance, whether the mayor's request for additional police officers was made with the support of the OPS or the Ottawa Police Services Board. Now, are you talking about the letter that you received from Mayor Watson?
I'm talking about the fact that we were regularly briefed throughout that there were different requests coming from the police, then from the mayor, then from other elements within the Ottawa's orbit.
Okay. Well, I'm a bit short on time, but I'll put to you that the letter you received from the mayor was co-signed by the chair of the Ottawa Police Services Board. So by the time the letter came, it was clear it was from the OPSB as well, correct?
Perhaps.
Oh, I can bring it up.
Okay.
I don't know that it serves us. I'll put to the record, and given my short time, we'll deal with it after. And in terms of OPS also, by that point, why don't we go to the readout of the call? So the letter came, just to situate you, the letter came February 7th, and the next day on February 8th, you had a call with Mayor Watson. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
But we'll bring up the readout. So it's ssm.can.nsc.00002837. Okay, and so there's nothing in here. Let's scroll down to page 2. But if we go through it, there's no concern expressed by you during this call that there's any uncertainty about whether OPS or the OPSB are aware of the resource request. So by this point, is that clear in your mind?
I'm sorry. That it is clear that Mayor Watson is asking for 1,800 officers?
Yes.
Yes, Mayor Watson was regularly clear in wanting many more officers. It wasn't always clear what the plan for those officers would be. Those we turned to the OPS for that, and the OPS tended to give us different numbers than the City of Ottawa was giving us. That was how I was briefed through it.
Okay, no, and there was other evidence on that. I'm not going to take you to it, but I think you're saying that you were briefed on that, but we can rely on the evidence of those individuals here.
Okay, but in a contemporary way, as I was watching things unfolded, the briefings I received and what was consistent was there was confusion or misalignment between different sectors of the City of Ottawa and the Ottawa Police Forces in terms of what they needed, how they were being delivered, and that was one of the realities we were dealing with. Okay,
but that concern was not expressed in this call to Mayor Watson, you'll agree?
Sorry, scroll down a bit further. there are moments where you are saying one thing and he is saying another. Is there anywhere we can help around that? I think that was me expressing that there were different messages coming out of the policing side versus the mayor's side.
Yeah, and he responds about the police solution issue. So we'll
Yes,
keep
but just
scrolling.
to your suggestion that we didn't talk about the differences between those, I actually did talk about the differences between what different groups were saying.
Okay, well, we can debate the particularities of that point. This is the day after you received the letter co-signed by the OPSB. And there's nothing on this call saying that there's concern that the OPS didn't provide that number.
There are moments where you are saying one thing and the police are saying another. Is there any way we can help around that?
Right, and we'll see the mayor responds. One thing was when he said it's not a police solution, but it is a police solution. So that's what the mayor understood you to be expressing a concern about. And if we stroll down, then we get to a discussion about Mr. Ford. And that's actually where I wanted to get to. In fact,
You took a lot of time. You're out of time, so please get to the point quickly.
yeah, so if we keep going and, oh, there we are. So you express that the federal government will be there with the resources, and there's something about conflating. And I think you testified earlier about it's the source of the mandates. But you say Doug Ford has been hiding from his responsibility on it for political reasons, as you highlighted, and important that we don't let them get away from that, and we intend to support you on that. And the mayor says if they keep dragging their feet, I'm happy to call them out. It'd be nice if we have something firmed up from the federal government to shame them. Ford didn't even make an effort to come and see what's going on. So part of the reason that you'll agree, part of the reason the mayor was reaching out to the federal government directly was to give him additional ammunition to put pressure on the province, correct?
I can't speak to the mayor's intentions in reaching out to me. I know that I reached out to the mayor to talk about the situation in Ottawa and to express that I had expressed to the commissioner of the RCMP and others that we should be providing whatever resources can help the City of Ottawa.
And all I'm saying is that when the mayor went to both the province and the feds, he's explaining to you here that one of the reasons he's doing that, because he's also reached out to Ford, is that he's hoping you'll give him something so that he can also push on Ford. So he knows he has to go to the province too.
Yeah, but we don't provide police officers in order to shame or make political points. We're providing police officers to be useful on the ground and to be able to deliver things. So maybe there are political points to be scored or made, but our focus every step was what can we do to help deliver the resources that Ottawa obviously needed in order to move forward on dealing with this occupation.
But you'll agree that the mayor was frustrated, as were you, that the province was not providing the resources they needed on an expedited basis.
As I believe I testified, my understanding was that the OPP was engaged, but it was at the political level that there wasn't as much engagement at that particular point. As we know, as time went by, the province got very much activated and engaged. And indeed, I had a call with Premier Ford the very next day in which he showed his engagement.
All right. Thank you very much, Prime Minister. I appreciate you answering my questions.